Hello and welcome to Small Music Scene, the ultimate underground music advocate. Is there anyone more beloved in the Scottish industry right now than Lizzie Reid? The totally wholesome Glasgow singer-songwriter has everybody gushing over her every other week. And yeah, I'm one of them. Over the last few years, she's found herself in the midst of a sizable rise, with her debut EP Cubicle reaping all the praise, and she's back to follow up with the sophomore record, Mooching. She begins with her latest single, the striking Love of Her Life, which solemnly details how Lizzie is still trying to cope with a breakup even long after she felt she was over it. And she emphasises these feelings through her chillingly ravishing voice, which combined with the dark and grieving instrumentals, has goosebumps popping up all over. Next is Bible, which rings just as powerfully as it did when it was first released, with creative and provoking lyrics about trying so hard to dedicate her time and affection and life to another in order to prove all her amour and affection, but to no avail, to the point where it feels like Lizzie is some pawn deliberately controlled by higher beings in some game made to cause some form of inadequacy for one reason or another. So the pop stream focuses on being overly anxious and getting too caught up in if the other person's given her any thought while she's putting in the effort. Sonically speaking, the song has a much livelier nature to it in comparison, with dazzling disordered riffs aplenty and a distinct blues tone to the whole thing. But then the music is stripped right down to the bone for How Do I Show My Love, with not much more than some jaw-droppingly stunning piano work. And Lizzie showcases herself at her most emotionally vulnerable. She questions why it's so difficult to display her devotion, and as a result of being afraid to speak up and expose her true feelings to the ones that she loves most, they stray further and further away until the gap is far too big and the chance is forever gone. It's heart-rending material, to say the least. But despite that, the final number, the fantastically perky and infectious Warpaint, sees her confront the disappointing experience and finally come to accept that it is what it is. And in a happier shift of mood, she decides to grow past it and focus on making her own life better for herself, because at the end of the day, that should always matter first and foremost. Mooching is spectacular stuff. Once again, Lizzie Reid coming through with some of the most gripping, pulverising, honest, true-to-heart material across the whole of the Scottish scene. I mean, Cubicle made a massive statement, but this is an even greater accomplishment. And by this point, if you can't come to terms that Lizzie ranks tall as one of the country's most incredible, gifted artists, then I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't matter anyway, she's going to be a grand star regardless. She's just too much of a special, talented and deserving human being for that not to happen.